All right, now this is getting juicy.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that on Wayfair, if I buy a product from Big Al's furniture outlet, that it actually could be Big Steven's furniture outlet, and Wayfair just made me change the name?
Correct. Correct. It could be the exact same product that you see on Amazon under a different name. It'll be a different name on Wayfair.
Hey, CouchDotComers, it's Alex with CouchDotCom, and I am here with a good friend of mine and industry veteran, Stephen Ting. Hello, Stephen.
Hello, Alex. Thanks for asking me to join.
This is officially the most entertaining shirt that anyone's worn yet on a Couch.com interview, so thank you for that.
It's an Old Navy special.
I love it. Let's introduce the audience to you a little bit. Today we're going to talk about marketplaces like Wayfair, Overstock, Walmart, Amazon, and Stephen is an expert in those areas. So,
Well, I've been in the industry for probably a good 17, 18 years now. Started
oh
out.
my God, how old are you? Jesus.
I'm pretty old, Alex. I'm pretty old. You see the gray? The gray. um, I the weird thing is I've been part of the entire ecosystem of .com or e-commerce. I worked at a retailer, um, not the traditional retailer like a Target, but more like all you do is buy online, right? That's all we have. I was a storefront online. Worked at a marketplace that allows the retailers, the vendors to sell. And the last stop I'm at currently at is at a manufacturer. We actually manufacture the products that goes to the marketplaces or goes to the retailers of the world. So it's quite interesting that each stop I've honed in my certain experience and learned a lot from each of the certain platforms. There's a lot of tricks to the trade that probably people don't want to know about, but at the end of the day, you have to buy from someone that you're very comfortable with.
Who is the worst person you've ever worked with in the furniture? I'm just kidding. You don't have to. Today we're talking about online marketplaces. And I find that people don't really know how they work. Like you talk about Wayfair with somebody, they think it's like a store, or a brand, but that's not the case. Tell us how would you describe what Wayfair is in the ecosystem?
Sure. I think we take one step back. A traditional retailer to me would be like a Target.com. They have physical stores. They also have now a grown online presence where you could buy things online. You could pick it up at the store if you buy it online. Wayfair is very opposite of that. They only have a .com presence. So you go buy it and they ship it to you. You can't go physically pick it up at the store, or they don't have physical stores. Now, they might have a store here and there that they've opened recently in maybe the Boston area, but traditionally, their presence is you buy it online, they ship it to you.
How else is Wayfair different than a Target or a traditional retailer? Because it's a marketplace of different manufacturers like the one that you currently work for, correct?
Correct. And I think what Wayfair specializes is for the home, the decor sector. They focus on that, so they have a very niche focus on furniture overall. Any furniture brand or type of product, whether it's a sofa, a couch, or a sectional or a dining table, you can find it at Wayfair.com. So that's very different than a Target.com in the world where you might not find all the particular niche furnitures that you're looking for, a dining set, a bench, or outdoor patio set. Wayfair has it all. Basically, they've kind of navigated that market to where they're going to be specialized for things for the home. Where Target's focus is probably more broad because you could buy a bunch of stuff at Target, right? I mean, kids' toys, baby products. You could buy some furniture, but that's not what they specialize in. So that's where the biggest difference is. Wayfair has this niche on anything for the home, and that's kind of like their model.
I'll talk to friends and people like, oh man, I got this couch from Wayfair, it was this. Or like, I got this couch from Wayfair and it was amazing. And my whole point is like, okay, but those are all from different manufacturers. I mean, they must have 2,000 different suppliers.
I think they're like 16,000 suppliers, Alex.
16,000?
Something crazy like that. They have, like, if you're a furniture manufacturer, you want to sell on Wayfair, right? Not just
Why?
just for the name alone, that everybody knows that if you're looking for furniture, the common names might come up as Amazon, right? That might be the first stop you do. But Wayfair has such a niche of what they focus on that you won't get lost in the shopping tool. Like Amazon, you could look for everything possible, right? From diapers to even food now, probably. And then you find furniture. So you get lost in the navigation tools unless you know how to navigate the site properly and you know what you're looking for. On Wayfair, you're going to find furniture. Now you just got to drill down on what type of furniture you want and the color and the style. So that's where it's the biggest difference, I think, is their target is so to the furniture category only.
So let's talk about it from a customer perspective. So if I'm a customer and I'm looking to buy furniture, you worked for Cymax. Use Cymax as an example. You go to Cymax and you see products. There are brand names listed of other furniture brands because Cymax is in essence a marketplace. But I think it also, like many marketplaces, has some of their own products too, correct?
Correct. So what they call white label or private label, whatever term. It's two different things. Private label is they build the products for their own channel only. White label, they're taking another vendor's name and changing it to their own brand name that they feel fit. So Wayfair is prominent about that. Basically, every brand on Wayfair is white labeled. The name that you see is not really the name the manufacturer provides to them in terms of the brand name per se.
All right, now this is getting juicy.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that on Wayfair, if I buy a product from Big Al's furniture outlet, that it actually could be Big Steven's furniture outlet, and Wayfair just made me change the name?
Correct. It could be the exact same product that you see on Amazon under a different name. It'll be a different name on Wayfair. And I think every platform is changing to that strategy just because of the price shopping that people do, right?
What do you think some of the reasons are that people do that?
I mean, from the retailer side, it's maximizing the profit, making the most dollar you can for that particular sale. The second reason is that in furniture, there's very little brand awareness. You're talking shoes, everybody knows the Nike, Adidas, Pumas, Converse. You go on and on with the brand recognition because that's how it's marketed in that world, right? Furniture is not marketed saying, this is Bob's sofa, this is Steven's sofa. Nobody knows when you go into somebody's house, oh, that's Bob's sofa or that's Steven's sofa. The brand recognition is not there. So changing the name to something else, it's almost like a common practice now because you want to maximize the profit. Because you don't want to bang your head against like an Amazon who's lowballing and selling it at $100. You want to sell it for $150 because that's how you think you need how much money you need to make, right? So from a margin standpoint, on the retailer side, I don't blame them for choosing this strategy. Now, if the furniture industry had more brand awareness, white labeling would not exist. I'll tell you a funny story. When I worked at House, they had all these celebrity makeovers. Yeah, so the House would hire the designer, House would pay for all the products. So the designer naturally would pick all the high-end stuff, right? So there was a Herman Miller table that was going for about $10,000, just a dining table, $10,000. Because of the brand name Herman Miller, which, in the furniture industry, people know that name. The average customer, probably not. The designer picked a knockoff version that looked identical at $5,000. And that was the running joke internally. Like if the designer can't tell what is a brand name compared to a knockoff, how does the average customer?
If Nike came out with a performance couch, would you buy it?
It had a switch on it? Oh boy. Would it have a switch on it?
For you, yes.
I probably would. I've got a lot of Nike products, and I really enjoy their products.
I do too.
So,
okay, so if I'm a customer about to buy something online, I'm getting very scared based on what you and I just revealed to them, which is that you can't really trust, all the furniture retailers and marketplaces out there to be fully transparent with all the information. I wonder if we can find a way to make people feel more comfortable Um, One, I think there's still tools that you can use like image, like Google image searching,
Yeah, reverse
uh,
imaging, they call it
reverse
that. Yeah.
image search to see if the product is available, and maybe SKU number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in one place and then SKU 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a different one, but it will usually share the same images, correct?
Correct. And then they're been escalating this where, Wayfair has a tool that matches images. So if there's an identical match, they won't let you load that product because they know somebody else is selling it already. So there's a
Okay.
lot of things where Wayfair has multiple sellers of multiple vendors selling a similar product. It's probably all coming from the same factories overseas, and the picture's all the same. So now they're saying that people are switching up the primary background shot. So it's a little harder for the customer. I think the one tip I could give is read the description and the specs. Make sure you're looking at things not just visually as the picture, but read the description of the specifications of truly is what you want. The width, the height, how long it is, something is, or the weight capacity if it's a chair or something like that. So those things they cannot modify and change. Those are always going to be the standard from place to place. And then at the end of the day, look at the style that you want. Many bar stools, chairs, all furniture types comes in so many different styles and so many different kind of finishes. I think that's what you have to navigate towards. Just find the look you want and not go off the brand name that you see, because the brand name you see at one place will be a different name, but it might be the same product. But look at the specifications; those should match up. Pretty cool, pretty true.
At the end of the day, you know, it's really all about what it's worth to you. It's not always just about like product and price. It's also, there's a lot of intangibles. Would you agree with that?
I do, because I think human nature, we always look at price as the number one factor. And when I've worked in the industry for so long, I realized price is really not the biggest factor. It's the platform that you're comfortable buying from, and the ability to get hold of a customer service agent if you need to.
What's a platform or marketplace that isn't Wayfair or Amazon, that isn't like not a household name that people should check out? Or do you have a few that you maybe would recommend to a friend or family, like, oh, check this place out?
I think the smaller niche sites, it's going to be hard for you to find, because the way the Google algorithm works, it's whoever pays the biggest dollar, it seems, that gets up to the top. But the good thing is that whatever you're looking for, you can find it on all these major retailers now: eBay, Walmart, Amazon, of course, Wayfair if you're looking for furniture.
And basically that's the same concept of like a Nike, going back to the Nike analogy. Like, yes, you could buy from Nike.com, but you could also buy it from Foot Locker or Finish Line. And usually the pricing is probably around the same, if not.
It's very close. The one other tip of our customer would be to watch each platform's sale calendar if you know it. Obviously, there's Prime Days, right? And then there's Way Days. So they're all different. All the pricing will change dramatically lower on some of those major holidays.
Well, everybody's on sale almost all the time now. It's just you really gotta figure out what's the best possible sale out there at a given moment. That's kind of like the customer's job these days in 2023.
The customers are smart. They know how to shop now, right? I mean, it's not just Amazon that has everything. You could find it at Overstock. You could find it at Walmart probably. Just matter of what you're comfortable with, which platform you like shopping with, and the experience that you've had on the customer service side.
Steven, my friend, this is all great stuff. Clearly, we're just scratching the surface of a lot of big topics. Would it be okay if we had another conversation in the future and picked your brain about some other stuff?
Absolutely. I think what you're doing at Couch.com is fantastic, Alex. You're giving tips on how to buy couches, right? And upholstery items or sofas and sectionals. And you're guiding the customer in the right direction and giving them, literature that most other or people don't do right now.